What's up, everybody? It's Maria. Welcome back to my channel where I like to do all things StoryTube here. Today, I wanted to do a book ranking of my favorite tropes. So obviously everybody's done this. I was like, let me do mine now. I haven't done it. I love to read. I typically read just romance or sci-fi and fantasy, but actually I read romance instead. I don't just read fantasy by itself. It has to have some type of romance. But I'm very much just like I love a good action. I love a good romance plot in a book. All right, now we can start. Okay, let's start with the first one, Friends to Lovers. I love Friends to Lovers. I'll always love Friends to Lovers. It will always be a God tier trope for me because there's something so beautiful about a friendship that turns into loves. Now, I will say this. I actually like when, now this is rare. Typically both have a crush on each other, but I actually really love when just like one person likes the other person doesn't know. I like it to be a little unrequited to start, and then the other person wakes up and is like, wait, how have I not realized it's been you this whole time? That's a good Friends to Lovers situation. But The Cheat Sheet is such a good book to read if you're looking for a Friends to Lovers book. Oh my gosh, they both love each other. They both don't know they love each other. I love that one a lot. Now, one where I just described like where they both were only one's in love with the other person doesn't know. That's a good thing. I don't have one off the top of my head, but if you guys have any of those, please drop the recommendation below because that's my favorite type of Friends to Lovers. Is only typically when the one friend likes the other friend and the friend doesn't know. Then later they're like, oh my gosh, it's always been you. That's super cute. Love that. Okay, slow burn. If the book's not slow burn, throw it away. It has to be slow burn. That is God tier. Come on, somebody. Like, ew, who doesn't like slow burn? I actually don't even if the book is small, I still need it to be slow burn. So much so to where like if the characters don't say they love each other until like the last page, last 2 pages. If it's a very small book, then I don't need any confessions until late in the book. I really love a slow burn. Mara Zapata is the queen of slow burn. So if you're looking for some slow burns, obviously go to her. All right, next one. Grumpy Sunshine. I didn't know that there was a name for this trope because, you know, when you start reading when you're young and you start to really enjoy the more grumpy character and like the sunshine character together, you're like, why do I love this? And then later in life, they're like, guys, that's called a grumpy sunshine trope. I didn't know that's what the trope was called until years later. And this is one of my favorite tropes in the world. Give me grumpy sunshine. I beg of thee. I need it in my life 24/7. And I love reverse grumpy sunshine. Oh my gosh. When it's actually like more of like an ice queen and the guy who's really kind and soft and just gentle. And she's like the like in your face, not really in your face, but just cold, ice cold. And he brings the warmth in her life. I need that always. Okay, teacher, student. 15-year-old me would have been like, I like 23-year-old me today. I avoid teacher, student. Professor, student, that's different. Like if the professor is like a 32-year-old professor and the girl's like, if he's 32 and she's like a 24, 25-year-old student, I'm not mad at that, especially if the story's juicy. But just teacher, student, oh God, no.
Well, I'm over here talking about avoiding this trope when one of my favorite books is A Different Blue, which is technically teacher student. However, the guy's 22, the girl's 19, and they become best friends. It's so good. This book is so emotional. I highly recommend. Oh, so good.
All right, right person, not enough time. Right person, not enough time. That sounds like it's going to be a sad book. And I'm going to be honest with you. I don't prefer to go reach for a sad book. Like you have to kind of surprise me. I need to be reading the book and not know it's sad for me to pick it up. I avoid full blown like sad. I don't think the characters are gonna have a happy ending book. I need a HEA. I need a happy ending. So when you say right person, not enough time, that's not really my thing. I don't really reach out for those. Now, if it happens, I'm not gonna be like, ew. But I'm definitely not running towards the right person, not enough time. So I'm gonna put that in the eh. I think some people can make it good. What the? How did my God tier go down? Oh. I figured it out. Okay. All right, next one, single parent. I love the single parent trope. I don't care what anybody says. You're not taking it away from me. Single parent trope, I reach for, I look for, I ask for. I like, please give me recommendations. That is definitely going into God tier. I love the book Wait For It by Marian Zapata. That's a single parent trope. I've read some really good single parent trope books, if I do say so myself. Okay, so that's God tier. I love it. I need it. And I ask for it. Okay? Strangers to Lovers, Strangers to Lovers, Strangers to Lovers. I like a good Strangers to Lovers because I feel like Strangers to Lovers is very open-ended. I definitely need it to be Strangers to Lovers with a slow burn, but a stranger to lover, I mean, you don't know each other. Hopefully there's some more tropes on top of that. Like, it's not just we don't know each other now, we're just about to beepity boppity boop in a Starbucks and say hello. Like, no thanks. I need some stuff added, but this trope itself is not bad. So that's going to definitely go in the love category, because I feel like almost not all of them, obviously, if you have like best friend's brother and like best friends to lovers, and you know these people prior, but sometimes you don't. So that's cute. Fake dating trope, love it, love it, love it, love it, need it. I do look for this trope. I'll be like, okay, I'm in the mood for like a fake dating or fake marriage, whichever. So is that love or God tier though? Is fake dating love or God tier? Which one is it? I don't know. Sometimes they're not done the best, I'll be honest. Sometimes fake dating tropes, sometimes there's an opportunity that gets missed. Like, sometimes the miscommunication trope that happens in fake dating tropes can be so annoying. Like, y'all are not talking to each other. You're not figuring this out. You're not realizing that obviously this is real. That can be annoying. But overall, I still love it. So I'm going to put that in the love, actually. Fake dating, it's going to go in love. All right. Love triangle. Love triangle, it's absolutely I might just have to put avoid. Am I avoiding the love triangle? Because obviously Hunger Games, I mean, I think of that. I know that's not a full-blown romance book, but it's dystopian society and a definite big romance subplot. Maybe the whole plot, whatever you want to call it, it takes up the whole book. That's a love triangle. Divergent was not a love triangle. Match Cost Race, not a love triangle. I'm thinking about all my YA books that I read because I feel like those ones have the most love triangles. The Selection series, love triangle, and I love that series. The Shatter Me series, love triangle, and I love that series. So it's gonna go into the because I don't prefer it. I don't run towards it, but some of my favorite books have had this trope, so I'll take it. But I'm definitely not about to be like, oh my God, there's a love triangle, give me the book. I'm likely going to say, oh no, there's a love triangle. Do I care to read this book? So you got to kind of get me. It has to be really good. And obviously the Selection series, Shatter Me series, very, very delicious. Highly recommend. Love. All right. Oops. All right. So only one bed. That better just be a moment, not the whole freaking book. If it's just a moment, fine. Even in movies, like that trope is like, it forces the characters together, that forced proximity of it all, just having to be literally right next to each other. So it's a cute moment almost always, but I'm not about to just be like, yay, because that's there. It's like, because if that's the whole book, what book did I just read? Like, so it's definitely a moment. So yeah, it's cool. It's cool. It's nothing crazy. That's It's cool. All right, brother's best friend. I love a good brother's best friend. Oh, I do. I'm gonna put that in love. Accidental pregnancy. Oh, this one has me thinking, because that's different than single parent trope. Accidental pregnancy is a whole different thing. It's a whole different thing, and it can sometimes make the book annoying, and or it can make the book everything. You kind of, it's one or the other. It's in, because I don't necessarily read the book for that. It's like, as long as the characters are still able to fall in love and like you're following that process, that can be fun. It can be cute, but it's not like I'm like, oh my God, I need that. And I'm not saying avoid either. I don't avoid, but it's Dang, I got a lot of S. Okay. Sports romance. I like sports romance. I do. And I don't love it, but I like it. It's not God tier, but I read some. Cold Tea is my favorite book by Marian Zapata. It's sports romance. And From Luke Up With Love, another sports romance. Not God tier the trope, but those books would be God tier. So that's how you know. I'm going to put that in the light category, because There's a bunch of sports romance books, and I've read a bunch that are 3.5, 3 out of 5 stars. That's just like, oh gosh, this was nothing crazy. So it's like, because then sometimes that trope can definitely go very high. You're like, oh my God, that's love. So yeah. Enemies to lovers. Get out. You know it's 5 out of 5. You know it's 10 out of 10. It's God tier. Come on. Like, what? It's enemies to lovers. And I'll be honest with you though. Enemies to lovers, people sometimes put, oh, this is enemies to lovers. I'm like, no, that wasn't. That was a slightly dislike miscommunication to love. I need an enemies to lovers. Give me hate. Give me authentic, I don't like you, you don't like me. And then one day it's like, wait, you're my best friend. So, oh my gosh, you're the love of my life. Give me that. That's what I need in my life. And I love that. So that's God tier. But I will say enemies to lovers is used a lot. And I don't know if everybody classifies it correctly. I don't know what. There's hate to love, enemies to lovers, technically interchangeable. Sometimes I feel like they're a little different even then, because I love a hate to love and people act like their characters hate each other. I'm like, no, they don't. They just don't know that the person actually secretly likes them. That's not hate. Anyway, okay, I'm getting crazy. Workplace romance, I feel like it's classic. I feel like this is one of the most classic contemporary tropes in the contemporary romance world. Same with like fake dating and brothers best friends and sports romance. Those are all very classic. So you can't go wrong with a workplace romance. And coming from the girl who's 15 years old reading everything under the sun, that was definitely a popular one when I wasn't reading like my dystopian society books. So I'm gonna put that in the love category. I love a good workplace romance. Friends with benefits to lovers. Is it A or do I avoid? Is it A or do I avoid? Is it A or do I avoid? No, I'd probably avoid because I really am a hardcore, like, I love love. So anytime it's giving anything else, like if it's super insta-lusty, I'm like, it's not giving. Like I need to feel that connection between the characters. And if I'm not feeling that, That's why with best friends to lovers, I actually really prefer when one character doesn't like the other character, or even if both characters do like each other, I need it to be then probably a fake dating trope situation that gets thrown into the mix, which is the cheat sheet, which is why I recommend that. But just anything else is kind of like a soap opera that I'm not trying to watch. So I'm gonna avoid for today. Okay, so childhood friends to lovers. Sign me up. Sign me up. Give it to me. I beg of thee. If you have book recommendations for this, I need them. Drop them, please. Childhood friends to lovers. I love God tier. Bad boy, good girl. God tier. You can't go wrong. That's classic. Okay, this is a classic. Bad boy, good girl. Every person, if you've been reading for a while, okay, Bad boy, good girl is. I'm talking when you were young. All right, when younger. When I was like 15, that was my favorite trope of all. Like, all I did was look up on Wattpad bad boy good girl books. That's all I looked up with everything. But do y'all like the reverse trope of that? I love it. When she's actually like the bad girl, like, what's up? And he's like the good one. Chef's kiss, sign me up. I love them both. You can't go wrong with that one. Friends to enemies to lovers. God tier. I love a good falling out. I love when a book starts off or you get backstory and the characters were the best of friends and they had like a real reason to fall out and become enemies and then they become lovers. Give it to me. All right, I hate everyone in the world but you. God tier. God tier. Like, what? Come on. Give me that. Once again, drop recommendations for these tropes, guys. My God tier ones, I would love a lot of recommendations for, please, because I eat them up. I hate everyone in the world trope but you. I hate everyone in the world but you trope. When you just read those types of books, you're just feeling the giddiest ever. Love it. Ooh, age gap. Age gap. Cold Tea is one of my favorite books, and that's an age gap. One of my favorite books, and that's an age gap. There are a lot of books that are very popular that I have not read that are age gap ones. I know Penelope Douglas has some. I don't plan on reading those. I don't really care to, especially with how big the age gaps are. So they can go left and right for me. The ones that I read and I've loved. The ones that I've read and I didn't really like, they're not even really memorable. So I'm going to put age gap in like. Oh, is it like or is it though, if it's 50-50? I'm going to say like because Cold Tea's in it. I'm going to give it like. Because I do like a good age gap. Nothing crazy. Just give me something good. like a good 8 to 9 year difference. I like that. That's cute. But I'm not really here for the 20-year differences. I'm just personally not here for the 20-year age gap. No, thank you. I'm fine, okay? Anyway, moving on. Good boy, bad girl. Oh my god, I forgot this. So the reversal trope is on here. God tier. Absolutely God tier. Like I said, you cannot go wrong with the reversal trope. Bully romance. 15-year-old Rhea. Oh, I love it. Oh my gosh. Wattpad bully romance. It's so cute. He actually really loves her because he's showing her he likes her by hating her. 23-year-old me, get out of my face and get out of this book, okay? So I'm honestly, I hate bully romance. Bully romance is not enemies to lovers, okay? 9 times out of 10, bully romance is really not okay. I don't understand how the characters fall in love, and I'm just really not here for it. So I actually read the book Bully by Penelope Douglas. That was one of the only Penelope Douglas book I've ever read was Bully. And when I tell you, I hated that book with everything in me. I actually gave the book away. I said, I hate this book. I'm never reading it again. I read it once. Don't care to read it again. It was not love. And I don't know how the girl was happily in love with the man by the end of the book. I just didn't get it. I said, sis, how? Girl, he's bullying you. Like, it's not love. No, thank you. I'm going to avoid bully romance. One of Us is Famous. I love. I actually really love that. I don't mind. Oh, no. Okay. I like. Where did it go? Huh? One of Us is Famous. Oh, it went where I put it. Anyway, I'm going to put that in like, because sometimes that can be really cute and fun. Other times it can be really annoying. It's like, we get it. You're famous. We get it. You're not famous. It's typically sometimes the person who's not famous that makes the book sometimes annoying. I'm like, yo, we get it. You're not famous. You don't want to be famous. You hate the paparazzi. You love that your perfect life is that you're not famous. And the character that is famous, you're like, oh, I feel sorry for them. Okay, we get it. But the ones where it's like, I actually like when the character feels sympathy and empathy for the character who is famous, when like the character who's famous is going through it rather than the opposite approach. Sometimes it's like the assumption that that character has it all together. I just like sometimes when the author is like, no, like a human understands that sometimes having all that attention is too much. You're like not interested in that. And I like when the character is realistic with that. So that's cute. Maybe I just got too deep. I don't know. Forced proximity. I'm a God tier guy. God tier. It's cozy. I love forced proximity moments in books. Like the whole book doesn't have to be forced proximity, but if it's good, hey, I'm here for it. Like if it's a survival romance or if they have to work together in like a workplace, but forced proximity in moments of the book where it's like a couple of chapters, something happened where they're forced together. Those are obviously, guys, almost always God tier moments. So you can't go wrong. Mafia romance. Mafia. It's gonna be I'm not gonna completely avoid it, but I'm not gonna run towards it necessarily. Although I've read a couple that are pretty good, so yeah. Bodyguard romance. I love a good bodyguard romance. I'm gonna put that in love. Well, can it go in for God tier? Actually, is it God tier? Okay, let me pause, y'all. Is it bodyguard romance God tier or love? Bodyguard romance. I love a good bodyguard romance. I just really, really do. I'm gonna just do love though. I'm gonna do love. It's love. It's gonna be love. Right person, wrong time. Right person, wrong time. That also sounds, I'm not really interested in right person, wrong time. Kind of sounds like my characters are not getting a happy ending and I need a happy ending. So it just depends. I don't mind if it's right person, wrong time. Then in the book, though, the right time has to come. Like it can't just be wrong time forever. What you mean? Are they not getting a happy ending? Absolutely not. So if it's right person, wrong time, but then later on, your paths cross, but like it's complicated. Y'all can't be together because something else is stopping it, but you have to work through those whatever to get together. I'm here for that. And I need a HEA. All right, I'm gonna need HEA. So I'm gonna put that as like. I'm not gonna avoid that. I definitely don't love it. It's cool. And it actually might even be but I'm gonna keep it on like for today. But guys, there you have it. That is my trope ranking for all the romance. Well, not, I guess not all of them, but a lot of the popular romance tropes. I think, do I hate my list? Let me look at it again. Strangers to Lovers, love. Yeah, fake dating, love. Really about the God tier for me. Friends to Lovers, God tier. Slow, God tier. Enemies, yes. Yeah, I love my list actually. If anything, fake dating trope, I might sometimes put in God tier. It just depends. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like and leave a comment. And please drop all of your book recommendations that I need in my life, okay? I'm really open to some good books. Yeah, and until next time, you guys, much love. Bye.